Hey there, everybody. You're watching Missing Baseball. Alex Chappell on with Mark Zuckerman, and we are joined by Heather and Ryan Zimmerman. You all, thank you so much for joining us. Starting out, so what went into the decision? Because you got a car and you drove back up from Florida to Virginia, right? So what was that car ride like?
The idea of it was a little more daunting than it actually turned out to be. So that was a good thing. iPads were lifesavers for the kids in the car, but we made it.
We did it over 3 days. Stopping at the truck stops during all that. We had Purell, and it actually wasn't as bad as like Heather said we thought it was going to be.
Along those lines, Ryan, I mean, you've been home now for a month. You've never been home this time of year. Has this month either changed your mind as far as how much longer you want to keep playing, or has it made you say, maybe this isn't so bad, you're sitting around with nothing to do all day?
Well, this is like a cruel joke of retirement because it's the first April in 20 years that I've been able to do whatever I want and I can't do anything. As far as whether it makes me want to play more or retire, do you want me to give you the answer in front of Heather, or do you want me to give you
just don't listen for a second, Heather.
No, I think everyone was asking that, and it's maybe a year off will make my body feel better, and I can squeeze like 3 or 4 more years out of this. But by the time we come back, the DH will be in the National League. It'll be great.
There you go.
I mean, I obviously love having him home and having him around, but it's never in our entire relationship have we been around each other this much, and he's going stir crazy at home. So I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't mind him playing a little bit longer.
Congratulations. You're adding one more to your family, a baby boy. You shared the news with Nationals fans. What a special year for the two of you. What was that like to share that news and knowing that not only World Series champions, but also now having a baby boy?
Yeah, it's really exciting. I found out that I was pregnant right as playoffs were starting, and I didn't tell this guy the entire month of October until I did not tell him until all of the parade, everything was out of the way, because I was so terrified that if I told him, it would somehow jinx something or other or distract him.
When did you finally tell Ryan? And Ryan, what was your reaction after knowing that Heather had kept it from you during that postseason run?
Well, his first question was, what other secrets have you been keeping from me? I told him before we went to sleep one night, and he was like, what?
I was obviously thrilled, and I think it'll be fun to have a little boy run around. I don't think he has any idea what he's coming into. The 2 girls in this house are going to absolutely dominate him.
But we're excited. I'm like 8 weeks out.
Because of that, now the timing, you mentioned this, I want to ask Ryan anyways about this potential Arizona plan that's been thrown out there. I mean, for a lot of players, the idea of going away, leaving your families for months at a time already, was not something that was real appealing. But if it's the only way you can get a season in to do that, where everybody goes to Arizona, stays in a bubble, just goes back and forth from a hotel to the ballpark, is that even something you could fathom attempting to do?
So I think the idea is a good faith idea. I don't know how easily or if it's even possible to execute it. But going back to your first point, I think a majority of the guys would probably be more worried and more upset about having to leave their families, especially at a time like this. I understand everyone wants to play. I understand there's economic decisions from it. I understand there's a lot of decisions that go in it. And like I said, I think it's done in good faith, but I think we're a long ways away from that. I just don't see how it would be possible.
During this time, and such a tough time for everyone, you all have jumped right in trying to help as many different charities as possible. You've been really vocal with fans online, asking them, what can we do to get involved? Specifically, though, I want to ask you about what you all did for the restaurant Salt Line, your restaurant Salt Line. In 4 days, I saw they raised $65,000. That's awesome. And what can fans do to get involved, and what can you tell us about the initiatives?
100% of all that money will go to I think it's close to around 50 employees that they had to lay off there. So that all the money there will be split equally between those people that had to be laid off.
And they've got such a great group of people that work there too. I mean, every restaurant does, but you want to do you're sitting here at home and your hands are tied and you're like, what can I do to help? What can I do to get involved?
Yeah, so we did that, and then now that we're kind of settled in, we've been talking the last week or so. We've got a couple other things coming. Our next kind of initiative is going to deal with a lot with the healthcare workers. Our focus to doing as much as we can to help other people that are in really tough situations right now.
Thank you so much for your time. This was awesome. You all are the best, and we hope to see you in person soon.
We do too. It was nice talking to you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
We're missing everybody's faces.
Yeah, it's good to talk to adults.